So, you had unprotected sex and you really don't want to get pregnant. I have been there before. Before making any rash decisions, kudos. Good job watching this video. If you need the morning after pill, time is of the essence. So let's quickly answer all of your questions on what to expect after you take the morning after pill, some common side effects, and changes in your cycle that you need to know about. Everyone's body is different, so watch until the end to hear some personal experiences from myself and some of my friends who have taken the morning after pill. Hi, I'm Cynthia, and welcome to Real Talk with Stix, where we cover all things sexual, vaginal, and reproductive health. Before we go any further, I want to make one thing crystal clear. The morning after pill is not the same as the abortion pill. The morning after pill prevents pregnancy before it happens, and the abortion pill can actually end or terminate a pregnancy. But what really is the morning after pill? So the morning after pill is an emergency contraceptive pill containing the hormone Levonorgestrel, which can also be found in hormonal birth control pills. Now, the morning after pill is sold under various brand names that I'm sure that you've heard of before. Things like Plan B, My Way, Take Action, After Pill, and of course ours, Restart. Levonorgestrel emergency contraception works by preventing pregnancy before it happens. It can actually delay or prevent ovulation, which of course can help fertilization, aka when the sperm meets the egg. While the morning after pill is similar to other birth control pills, it should not, and I repeat, should not be used as your primary birth control method. Why? It's in the name. Emergency contraception should only be used in cases of emergencies. It's not intended to be your regular birth control method because it's less effective than regular contraception, and it also, critically, doesn't prevent sexually transmitted diseases. So when should you take it? Here are some possible situations. Your regular form of birth control didn't work. You inconsistently use your birth control, maybe by missing a couple of pills. You forgot to put the ring in, or you're not wearing the patch. Your partner didn't pull out the time. There could be a condom or a diaphragm mishap. Maybe it slipped off, out of place, or it broke. You maybe didn't use any form of birth control, or you could have had unprotected sex unwillingly. In that case, please make sure to also get STD testing done in this situation. We'll have a video on the differences and similarities between birth control and emergency contraceptive soon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Okay, now that we went over what the morning after pill is, let's talk about the different types. There are two types of emergency contraception pills. The first is called Ulipristal, which is commonly referred to as Ella, and the other is called Levonorgestrel. You've heard me mention that one a few times already. Now, there are a few differences between the two. First of all, Ulipristal, or Ella, is only available by prescription, and that makes it more difficult to get the pill because you need to see a doctor first, and by that time, could be too late. But a benefit to Ulipristal is that it has a much longer window of effectiveness. It's effective for up to 5 days, and importantly, it's just as effective on day 5 as it is on day 1. On the other hand, Levonorgestrel is effective only in the first 72 hours, which is equivalent to 3 days after having sex, and it's more effective the earlier that you take it. Another big benefit of Ulipristal is that it can be more effective than Levonorgestrel if you weigh more than 165 pounds. The second kind of emergency contraception pill is called Levonorgestrel. We've mentioned that so many times here already. This is a progestin-only morning after pill, and it includes brands like Plan B and of course ours, Restart. This is a good option because it's sold over the counter, so that makes it easier to get a hold of so you can take it even sooner. Because remember, this form of morning after pill, Levonorgestrel, is more effective the earlier that you take it. So being able to get one easily from the store, or better yet, having one on hand, is a huge advantage. Stix can send you Restart quickly and discreetly, and directly to you, so you can have it when you need it, or better yet, before. Get 15% off your first order with the code YouTube if you decide it's right for you. Pro tip, Restart is also available on Amazon and even GoPuff, so you can get it to your door within minutes without ever leaving your home. Now, you know what the morning after pill is, and you've decided which type is best for you. So let's talk about the side effects. Frankly, side effects of taking the morning after pill can vary from minor to severe. And some of the most commonly experienced side effects include nausea, cramps, abdominal pain, breast tenderness, some short-term changes to your menstrual cycle, which can be things like the absence of menstruation, longer periods, or periods with a heavier flow. You could have fatigue, dizziness, vomiting, mood changes like anxiety, and water retention or weight gain. Some of the less common side effects that you should still be aware of are blood clotting, skin rash, depression, production of breast milk, hair loss or abnormal hair growth, acne or colored skin patches, which could be a yellow brownish, and difficulty sleeping. Before we get into my personal experience, if you have any questions about when you need to take the morning after pill, how safe it is, how many times you could take it, or how it actually works in your body, definitely watch our video on how it works after this. It's linked below. All right, so you've learned all the factual things you need to know about taking the morning after pill, but I find it can really help to hear stories from real individuals who have gone through what you might be experiencing right now. So let me tell you mine. I took the morning after pill for the first time as a teenager after the classic broken condom incident. I remember going to my local drugstore after midnight because I didn't want to run into somebody who I might know. Little did I know that was gonna come back 8 years later. Anyway, I got home, I took the pill, and I remember some cramping and taking a long hot bath. But honestly, more than anything, I just remember feeling really emotional about the whole thing. I was scared. I didn't understand what I was really doing to my body. And again, great that you are here and you are learning this now. And I remember feeling like a failure and feeling shame around needing to take Levonorgestrel in the first place. But regarding side effects, besides cramping, I honestly don't remember much. All of the emotions that I was feeling really outweighed anything else. This was my experience taking the morning after pill. And I asked some friends to share their experiences, and I want to tell you about them now. Okay, here's the first one. So I was 18, and the only form of birth control I was using was condom. My boyfriend at the time and I were each other's first sexual partners, and we'd only been having sex for about 6 months. After having sex one morning, we noticed there was a lot more fluid than usual underneath me, and we worried. We thought maybe the condom had broke. We were so inexperienced, and we couldn't tell what happened, but our mind immediately went to the worst place, for us at least at the time, and so we rushed to the drugstore to buy the morning after pill. I was so embarrassed that I actually made him go to one that was further away from his house to make sure we wouldn't run into somebody that we knew. We bought the pill and I took it in the car, and I waited anxiously all day. I assumed I would start to feel nauseous or crampy or something, but luckily I really didn't feel any symptoms, and I got my period earlier than normal, so I knew I wasn't pregnant. Looking back on this experience, the problem really wasn't likely a broken condom. The fluid I saw was probably just for me. But at the time, I felt so embarrassed and so disconnected from myself that it just sent my mind into the extreme. Now that I'm more experienced and I know how to look up questions about my health on my own and maybe act a little bit more grounded without that stress, if I need to take emergency contraception now, 10 years later, I'd know it wasn't a big deal. Also, I have it on hand in my bathroom just in case, and even though I'm on birth control now, it brings me a lot of peace of mind to know. Another friend said, I try to be responsible, and usually that means I err on the side of caution when it comes to my sexual health. But once I figured out that there was a small chance that the condom had failed, so I went online to look at the options in my area. As a plus-sized woman in an anxious moment, I was pretty conflicted and confused about my options. As an aside, what a totally relatable experience. Anyway, back to it. After some frantic research, I was able to get a dose for pickup the following day. I was quite relieved once I took the medication. However, I don't remember being prepared at all for the side effects or potential concerns beyond just getting pregnant. And the pharmacist didn't flag anything or provide any additional instructions. So after a couple of weeks, I definitely started to notice change that I didn't really link back to taking the morning after pill at first. It started with a late period and then severe cramps and other period symptoms that came without actually getting my period. And I also experienced spotting for the first time. This was concerning because spotting can be an indicator of lots of things, including pregnancy. I went through quite a few confirmation pregnancy tests before I went online looking for information. I didn't find the medical advice I thought I was looking for, but instead what I found was so many women who were recounting identical experiences to my own in the weeks or the months before their usual period returned after taking the morning after pill. It took a couple of months for mine to come back too, but after waiting anxiously, my cycle did return to its normal state. I definitely wish I'd known going into it what to expect, because it would have been so much easier just to stay calm. So all of this is to say, everyone's experience taking the morning after pill is different. For all of these stories, including my own, it's stressful and confusing and a scary time. And so if you're feeling that way, please know you are not alone. If you have any questions, make sure to comment in this video. You can always DM us on Instagram at getstix.com or email us at hello@getstix.com with any questions. We are here for you always. At Stix, our goal is to provide you with the resources and the education that you need to make confident decisions about your health. This includes your vaginal, your sexual, and your reproductive health. Part of that includes spreading sex ed info so that we can help you keep a happy and healthy vagina. So whether you're dealing with a yeast infection, UTIs, you're trying to get pregnant, or preventing pregnancy, we will ship you whatever you need whenever you need it. Get 15% off with the code YouTube at getstix.com. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and hit that bell. See you in the next class.